I've got my latest motor drive set here. Notice it's a modular stack down on the bottom. I've got the motor driver itself, uses 4 discrete MOSFETs. In this configuration, probably 10 or 20 amps. If I use thicker copper, I could drive more. The holes here fit a 70mm fan, and I've got a fan power, which is software controllable here, so I can have the cooling built right into it. Next layer up, I've got a relay board. It can supply, depending on what I need, 3 volts, 5 volts, or 12 volts, and this is where the power switch is. On top, as you may have seen, I removed the microcontroller board, and this is a modular setup. Here I've got a through-hole processor in case I blow out any I/O pins, which I have done. I've got a couple of generic I/O ports, a pair of I2C interfaces, and I've got breakouts for the bus pins. Now I can swap this out depending on what I want to do. This one here is essentially the same thing, but in a smaller surface mount form factor. Same I/O, same I2C, got a little push button switch there, just the same. This one here is again basically the same thing, except I have USB, I have additional I/O, I've got some LEDs on it, and power supply right on this one here. So more versatile board in case I need a little bit more I/O, do a little more things on the microcontroller board. The other nice thing about this system is the motor drivers are modular. So here is a pair of 5 amp drivers. Again, any of these MCU boards can plug onto here. This one is a pair of 1 amp drivers. Again, any of the MCU boards. So the nice thing about this is I can program the microcontroller and prototype out what I'm doing on a nice small robot. Just pop off the microcontroller and plug in a larger one, pop off the microcontroller and plug it into a larger one. I do have to have a little bit of work with my C libraries to translate commands between the different motor formats, but it's pretty darn easy to go from small to large without making an awful lot of changes.